You know, this thirst trap would be a lot better without your baby cooing in the background. Self-awareness, not even once.
There is not a single man who actually believes in not all men.
I'm sorry, is not all men some kind of religion? Newsflash, sweetie, most men don't care about your delusional fever dreams, and those that do only want to get into your pants.
Because they'll tell their sisters and mothers to be careful, and they'll obsess over controlling their wives and daughters because they know, deep down, they too assume that men are all the same.
No, sweetie, men tend to be protective of their loved ones, not because we assume that all men are the same, it's because we know criminals exist. And by the way, is your head stuck so far up your defecator that you think female criminals don't exist? Are you under the assumption that women can do no wrong and they poop glitter and fart sunshine? Seriously, do you even brain?
But to everybody else, it's not all men. So to those men, instead of trying to distance yourself from the problem because you can't get over your bruised male ego, realize that if you refuse to acknowledge the problem by derailing the conversation and invalidating women, you are just as bad.
You know what, Cupcake? Sincerely, we don't care. But if you feel so strongly about all men being bad, by all means, try to take power and keep civilization running. We promise not to laugh too hard.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
You know what? Bender's right. We're gonna laugh our butts off.
I deserve the world. And I genuinely, at the end of the day, know that nobody is good enough for me. Because I'm the greatest. Like, that kind of sucks. It's lit, but it also sucks. Like,
But, sweetie, do you know what your future holds?
I have foreseen it.
So the other day a man cut me off mid-sentence
He did? How patriarchal of him.
to tell me he wasn't a misogynist. What kind
You know, he might have been telling the truth.
of feminism is it that doesn't include
What? Oh, I'm sorry, I was watching paint dry. Did you say something?
women? I asked him. He did.
You know what? We don't care, and you're boring. Shut up and goodbye. Guys, I wanted to give you a bonus in today's video. So, one of my fellow Romanians asked this question in the community tab. Cum ți se pare dating marketul din România? Mie mi se pare că a fost influențat foarte tare de vest în ultimii ani. Translation: what do you think about the Romanian dating market? I think it's been heavily influenced by the West in the last few years. So I'm gonna answer this question, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna compare the Romanian and American dating markets, since I've sampled them both. Mind you, this is from my own experience, so it's subjective. Now, some of you might have heard the legend that Romania is home to the most beautiful women on the planet. That's not true. America holds that honor, but Romania is on a very close second place, but definitely the most beautiful women in Europe. Also, I've noticed a lot of dudes in the manosphere claim that it's better to date or marry an Eastern European woman than an American woman. From my experience, that's not the case, and this is why. American women are much friendlier and more down to smash and a lot less materialistic than Romanian women. Usually, if an American girl is attracted to you, you're gonna smash for free. Romanian women on average wanna be courted and don't put out that easily, even if they're really attracted to you. That means you gotta wine and dine them before they spread their legs for you. Well, unless you're rich and you have mad social proof, but rich chads get pussycats all over the world. So, if you think you're just gonna waltz in here and get pussycat galore on an average Joe salary, yeah, not gonna happen. Now, there are a lot more gold diggers and bimbos per capita in Romania than there are in America, mostly because the standard of living is lower in Romania and so are the wages. Like, minimum wage before taxes is around $600 a month. After taxes, it's about $380, so yeah. Romanian women have an abject fear of poverty, and a lot of them are attracted to Westerners because they earn more money. That doesn't mean they're gonna put out though. It means that they'll prefer to date a Westerner rather than a native Romanian. Plus, most Westerners living in Romania are either here on business or doing illegal stuff, so a lot of money involved. Truth is, most Romanian women want to be married to rich men, not necessarily because they're all bimbos and gold diggers, but because of that abject fear of poverty. They want to know they're financially secure, and honestly, most Romanian women go to work, and a lot of them are college educated, so it's not like they want to be stay-at-home wives or mothers. Like I said, the abject fear of poverty and burning need to be financially secure. But on this topic, the main difference between American women and Romanian women is this. An American woman is likely to marry a rich man, be a stay-at-home wife, then divorce him, take half his stuff plus alimony and child support, and she's set for life. A Romanian woman will marry a rich man, sink her claws into him, and never let go. Because you see, the Romanian family court is brutally egalitarian to the point of hardcore cynicism. Romanian family court doesn't like gold diggers of any gender. Let me explain. When Kevin and Karen get divorced without a prenup, usually she gets the house, the kids, and the man has to pay. The mortgage on the house he doesn't live in anymore, alimony, and child support, and if he doesn't pay, he goes to jail. All because the US government doesn't want useless, unskilled women on the streets, and they get their share of the man's earnings, by the way. If they stay married, the government gets to tax the guy's income only once. If they get divorced and the guy pays alimony and child support, the government taxes that. So basically they tax the guy's income twice. The US system is heavily biased against the men. The Romanian system, however, gives no F's about gender. When Costel and Maricica get divorced, and Maricica was a stay-at-home wife, Romanian family court is like, Madam, how much have you contributed to the family financially? And Maricica is like, well, I've been a loving wife and sincerely, we don't care. So zero financial contribution. Okay, Madam Maricica, you get jack squat. Your husband gets the house and the kids because you make no money. And Maricica is like, but I heard about this thing called alimony. Romanian family court is like,
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
no such thing. And by the way, the opposite is also valid. If the wife makes considerably more money than the husband and he contributed nothing, he gets nothing and she gets everything. In the Romanian system, division of the assets is based on the financial contribution of each spouse. But let's say she wants the house in the divorce. The court will order her to pay the ex-husband half of the property's market value. But here's the really messed up part about asset division in Romania. If there's a mortgage on the house and they get a divorce, the house is sold at public auction and the bank gets all the money, and both spouses get left with nothing. So you see, the American system rewards women with cash and prizes, so there's massive incentive to get divorced. The Romanian system rewards divorce with extreme pain and existential dread. Romanian women have no incentive to divorce their husbands just for a payday. So if they divorce their rich husband, say bye-bye to the lifestyle forever. Because usually rich people in Romania know each other. And being a garden tool has substantial blowback in society over here. Another good thing about Romanian girls is they haven't been corrupted by woke garbage as much as other Western women. So the vast majority of them believe in gender roles, and most of them are feminine. They actually love being girly. So when they're in relationships, they typically do all the girly stuff like cook, clean, and ask you to open that pickle jar. But this also means they almost never make the first move. Like, they would rather miss out on an ultra chad than make the first move because they believe it's the man's job to approach. So to sum it up, guys, Romanian women are pickier and much more materialistic, but usually If they commit, they're in it for the long haul, and they'll perform their feminine duties as long as you perform your masculine duties. And also, Romanian girls will keep themselves attractive for the man they've committed to. Personally, none of my girlfriends went ugly and complacent on me, which is pretty cool. However, if you fail at masculinity, Romanian women will humiliate you. Hard. They're some of the most sadistic women on the planet. If they smell weakness, it's carnage. And to answer your question, my fellow Romanian, our dating market is trash, just like everywhere else. If you want to spin plates in Romania, there's two things you gotta do. Get hot and or get rich. Because I'm sure you know, there's guys with used BMWs who can barely afford gas, and these guys will spend their last dime and starve for a week just to take an average girl on a foodie date in Bucharest's Old Town and get nothing from her in return. So, to quote Rich Cooper, chase excellence, not women. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.